Right. Tapi dah kata aku nak pilih pass paper stick out. May 2021 January paper එක ඒක MCQ අපිට ටිකක් කරන්න පුළුවන්. අපිට first question එකේ කියනවා which of the following is a characteristic of economic good. එතකොට economic good එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ අපි opportunity cost එකක් තියෙන, factor cost එකක් තියෙන product එකක්. එතකොට there is economic good is an outcome production process. ඒතර answer එක වෙන්නේ අපේ there is no opportunity cost in production of economic goods. Wrong. Economic good is an outcome of the production process. No. Answer එක වෙන්නේ අපේ second එක. There is no scarcity in supply. There is unlimited output. Economic goods treated as a gift of nature. නෑ. අපේ එක gift of nature කියලා කියන්නේ free good එකක්. ඊළඟ question එකේ කියනවා select the following the most correct statement with reference to scarcity in economics. It is only relevant poor countries in the world. It explains about alternative use of resources to produce goods and services. It is limited availability of resources and needs and wants arises when unutilized resources are used in economic activities. So the answer එක වෙන්නේ third one scarcity කියලා කියන්නේ limited resources compared with unlimited wants. Ila question එක the value of next best alternative foregone in the choice of a particular decision is called opportunity cost. අපි ඒක define කරන්නේ opportunity cost එකක් කියලා. The next best alternative foregone when a selection or when a choice is made. ඊට පස්සේ which one of the following statement is correct. The theory අපි මේක පස්සේ සාකච්ඡා කරමු. මම ටම් කරන මම ඒකද PDF එක දාන්නම්. time හම්බුනොත් කරමු. එහෙම නැත්නම් next week එක කතා කරමු. Which of the following is a determinant of price elasticity of demand? Price elasticity of demand කියලා අපි කතා කරේ. Which of the following is a determinant of price elasticity of demand? The whether good is necessarily or luxury, yes, it is important factor. The number of substitute available, yes, it is. And the percentage of income is spent on the good, yes. Therefore, all of above. Next one, you are given the following demand and supply curve for a commodity A. Demand and supply is given. So what 50 කියලා කියන්නේ equilibrium price එක, 100 කියලා කියන්නේ equilibrium quantity එක. Maximum price at which commodity sold good is the 100. So මේක තමයි maximum price එක. The consumer surplus කියලා කියන්නේ මෙන්න මේ area එක. එතකොට අපි area එක හොයන්නේ maximum price 100 minus equilibrium price 50 multiplied by equilibrium quantity 1000, say 100 divided by 2. Total make answer එක වෙන්නේ 2,500. Your answer is 2,500 rupees. ඊට පස්සේ which one of the following is an example of electronic money? අපි ඒක තාම කළේ නැහැ. Law of demand අපි ඉගෙන ගත්තා. It says inverse relationship between price of a commodity and the quantity demand of answer එක වෙන්නේ මෙන්න මේ first එක. Explain inverse relationship between price of a commodity and the quantity demanded of that good in a market. අනිත් ඔප්ෂන්ස් එක ටැලි වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒක තමයි ඩෙෆිනිෂන් එක. හරි අනිත් ටික අපිට තාම කරන්න බෑ. ඊළඟ ක්වෙස්චන් එක you are supposed to write short answers. When the consumer's income increases, demand curve shift to the right. Whenever demand increases, demand curve shift to the right. So consumer's income kineka demand ek increase in reason eka. So right word shift වෙනවා. අනිත් එක අපිට කරන්න බෑ. Right. Then we come to this one. If the cross elasticity of demand between A and B negative කියලා කියන්නේ complementary goods. The goods are considered as substitutes. එතකොට මේකට අපි දාන්න ඕනේ false. මේක වැරදි. Negative නම් ඒ products දෙක complementary goods. Then next one, write the answers for the following questions. Right. First question says, state two factors that shift supply curve to left. එතකොට supply curve left වෙන factors දෙකක් අපි ලියන්න ඕන. මේ paper වල download කරගන්න පුළුවන් site එකෙන්. මම මෙතන points ටික කියාගෙන යනවා. ලියා ගන්න බැරි වුණොත් ඔයාලගේ මේ වීඩියෝ එක YouTube එකේ තියෙනවා. මම ඒක link එක දෙන්නම්. ඒකයි ලියා ගන්න. මම points ටික කියන්නේ යනවා. ඒ ටික අහගන්න. දැන් ලියා ගන්නකොට තියාගන්න එක විදිහට. හරි. State two factors that shift the supply curve to left කියලා කියන්නේ supply එක අඩු වෙන්න නේද? Supply curve shift to the left due to any other factor apart from the price of the good itself. එතකොට මේකට factors කියලා අපි කියන්නේ පළවෙනි factor එක increasing cost of production. ඊළඟ factor එක decline in technology. ඊළඟ factor එක අපි දෙකයි අහන්නේ. තව එකක් කීපයක් තියමු. Increase in tax rate, I mean taxes. Next one, bad weather condition. All factors nisa supply curve එක leftward shift වෙනවා. ඊළඟ explain briefly the term change in quantity demanded. එතකොට change in quantity demand කියලා අපි ඉගෙන ගත්තේ as the when the price of a good changes, there are movements along the demand curve upwards and downwards while other factors are held constant. එතකොට change in quantity demand කියලා කියන්නේ increase in quantity demand and decrease in quantity demand, in other words extension and contraction in quantity demand. This is the demand curve. Upward movement, downward movement. ඒක තමයි මේ changing quantity demand කියලා කියන්නේ. හරි. ඒක මෙහෙම ලියවෙන්න ඕන. Change in quantity demand is referred to as movements along the demand curve due to the change in price of the good itself, while other factors are held, other factors are said to be constant. Other factors are said to be constant. Also, you can continue. An upward movement occurs due to the increase in price, which is called contraction in quantity demand. Stop. Also, a downward movement occurs due to the reduction in the price, which is called extension in quantity demand. Right. Next one, state two factors that cause increase in rate. එක අපිට කරන්න බෑ. ඊළඟ questions තුන අපිට කරන්න බෑ. අපි මේ question number 2 කියන එක කතා කළා. Question number 3. The demand equation QD and QS, you are given 3600 minus 7p, QS equal minus 200 plus p. Calculate the equilibrium price and quantity. At the equilibrium, QD equal QS 3600 minus 7p cosine minus 200 plus p. අපි මේ විදිහට තමයි equilibrium price and quantity එකයි හොයන්නේ. එතකොට equilibrium price එක 407.5, equilibrium quantity එක 275 units. අපිට questions දෙක විතරයි question ඒ paper second third question එකට කරන්න පුළුවන්. B and C අපිට කරන්න බෑ තාම. Equilibrium price එක අපි හොයද්දී QD equal QS, equilibrium එකේදී දෙකම equal. එතකොට price එක මුලින් හොයා ගන්නවා. එතකොට price එක ඊළඟ equation එකට demand for supply equation එක use කරලා P වලට substitute කරායින් පස්සේ equilibrium quantity එක calculate කරන්න පුළුවන් මේ විදිහට. 2020 July paper. Basic economic problem exists. We can say resources are insufficient to fulfill all wants. All wants. Fourth one. Which of the following is reward for the entrepreneur? Entrepreneur's reward is profit. Which of the following is an example of capital expenditure of the government? Discuss karna hai. Which of the following is an assumption of production possibility curve? Only two goods are produced. තමයි answer එක වෙන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ මෙතන question එකක් තියෙනවා true or false. At the equilibrium there is no excess demand. It is true. Because the equilibrium method, the excess demand, the excess supply is zero. No excess demand or no excess supply at the equilibrium. There is next one. There is a positive relationship between price and quantity demanded of a good as per law of demand. It's wrong. It is an inverse relationship. ඊළඟට අපිට short answers ලියන්න තියෙනවා මෙතන. First question එක state basic economic problems of an economy. එතකොට economic problems කිව්වයින් පස්සේ මෙතන අපි problems තුනක් තියෙනවා. What to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. Questions තුන ලියාගන්න. What to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce. ඒවා තමයි basic economic problems. The fundamental economic problem කියලා කියන්නේ scarcity. ඒකත් අපි තමයි second question එක. Differentiate economic goods, non-economic goods with an example. Apne economic goods kela kiyanne the things, we can say products which are made by organizing other factors of production, and therefore cost of production and the opportunity cost associated with the economic goods. So economic goods are limited in supply, but non-economic goods are gifts of nature which are available, or we can say which are unlimited in supply. Economic goods for examples විදියට consumer goods such as foods, clothing, computers, anything, as well as non-economic goods, air, sunlight. ඊළඟ question එක අපිට අහනවා list 4 characteristics of planned economic system. So planned economic system එක කියන්නේ government එකක්, king controlling economic system එකක්. ඒකට කියනවා command economy කියලා. එතකොට planned economic system එකේ features හතරක්. We can say firstly resources, all resources, you can say resources are owned and controlled by the government. Second one, we can say there is a government entrepreneurship. There is a government entrepreneurship. Next, resources are allocated by centralized planning mechanism. Resources are allocated by centralized planning mechanism. Also, we can say finally, government concentrates social welfare. මේවා තමයි major features. ඊට පස්සේ explain concepts of opportunity cost in economics with an example. Of course, opportunity cost is the next best alternative foregone when a choice is made. We can say example, when the government allocates resources for the construction of a school, the government is unable to provide resources for the construction of a highway. So then opportunity cost is the sacrificed project called highway. It is called opportunity cost. ඊට පස්සේ අපිට තියෙනවා question එකක්, question 3. As usual, we are supposed to calculate equilibrium price and quantity. Minus 20. මේ විදිහට කලින් calculation එක කළා. equilibrium price එක equilibrium quantity type. When the demand and supply equal, we can calculate equilibrium price and quantity. When we simplify these equations, finally quantity is found in this way. We can substitute equilibrium price to either formula QD or QS, right? Then the next question, consumer surplus. In here, we are not given a diagram. If we draw a diagram, it is like this. Equilibrium price, of course, 10, quantity is 40. We are supposed to calculate the maximum price over here. We can use equation QD 180 minus 4p. The maximum price, quantity demand is 0. Then we substitute 0 for QD, 4p. Then the 4p equal 180 equal 180 divided by 4. 180 divided by 4 45 equal 45. Here the value 45. Then the consumer surplus equal maximum price 45 minus equilibrium price 10 multiplied by quantity 40 divided by 2. ₹700. Then here rupees 700. This is the consumer surplus. Equilibrium price.
So the price should be 20.
Price should be, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Right, thank you. Right, in here this should be 20. 200 divided by 10. When we substitute over there, $20. This is 120. 100 units. Okay. So price is 20 rupees and give the 100 units. Right. And there is a mistake here also. Price is 20. Quantity is 100 units. Then, right, surplus. There is issue. $20, 100. Then it is 45. $1,250. 1,250. Right, let's just check. This is how we calculate equilibrium price, equilibrium quantity, consumer surplus. Right. Then the next question, identify two factors that determine price elasticity of demand. Two factors that determine price elasticity of demand. We realize number of factors. I'll erase this part first of all. Right, I'm talking about question B. Factors affecting price elasticity of demand. First one, availability of substitutes. degree of necessity, then percentage of income spent on the product, time, right? These are factors affecting price elasticity of demand. Next one, explain two ways by which government intervenes in the market economy. Two ways, we can say taxation, subsidies, imposing taxes, providing subsidies, then imposing maximum price control, imposing a minimum price control. These are government interventions. You are supposed to write only two. There are four. Once again, imposition of taxes, provision of subsidies, imposition of maximum price, imposition of minimum price. Right. After that, that's all we can complete in this paper. Which of the following is the reward for capital? Reward for capital, it is interest. Select the following, the most correct reason for interference by government in the market economy. Most correct reason for the interference by the government in the market economy. Our answer is to correct market failures. Whenever market failure occurs, government will intervene. Then we understood number of failures, lack of public goods, or non-provision of public goods, or provision of demerit goods, under provision of merit goods, externalities, monopoly power, price instability. Then the government should intervene to the market to correct these failures. If the cross elasticity of demand between X and Y is negative, X and Y is negative means complementary good. It is complementary good. If it is positive, substitute good. Which of the following is a reason for shifting demand curve, like commodity to left? We can say falling price means there is a increase in quantity demand, then the movement downward along the curve, increase in consumers' income, rightward shift, increase in price of that would means once again a contraction, movement upwards, decrease in consumers' income. That's why demand curve shift to the left. Which one of the following is a disadvantage of international trade? In here, international trade, such disadvantages, we can see, sorry, we can't do it yet. We haven't done. Right. So we have done scarcity, difference between choice and opportunity cost. Yes, we have completed before. 5 characteristics of planned economy. Earlier we mentioned 4 features. Also, we can add another feature here. Income inequality is relatively low. As another feature in a planned economy or command economy. Right, once again, quantity, demand, quantity, supply equation is given. We are supposed to calculate equilibrium price and quantity, explain the impact, right? We'll start doing this. Join once again.